Hello everyone, welcome to next important lecture on numerical integration. In this lecture, we are going to discuss Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. In Simpson's 3 by 8 rule, we first derive the formula for Simpson's 3 by 8 rule and then solve example on Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. And we know that in the last lecture I have told you about n, that is if n is even then we use Simpson's 1/3 rule, and if n is odd then we use Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. So to derive this formula we have to consider the value of n is odd. Suppose we take n equals to 3, that means if we are taking n equals to 3, that means we are considering the function up to y3, that is y0, y1, y2 and y3. Corresponding to up to this function we are finding the area. So put here, suppose this one our curve, given curve, and the point x0, corresponding to point x0 we get the point y0 on given curve. Similarly, next point is x1, corresponding to this x1, here we get y1. Similarly, x2, y2, and next one x3, y3. If we are taking n equals to 3, that means in one integration we are finding this complete area y0, y1, y2, y3 up to y3. Here we are taking n equals to 3, that means we are finding integration from x0 to x3. Now from this term, put this value in Newton's Cotes-Quadrant formula, then we get here integration is x0 plus 3h f of x dx is equals to, I am just putting the value in Newton's Cotes-Quadrant formula, then here we get 3h in bracket y0 plus 3 by 2 delta y0 plus 3 by 4 delta square y0 plus 1 by 8 delta cube y0. Now we know what is the meaning of delta y0. Delta y0 is y1. Here delta y0 is nothing but y1 minus y0. If we again apply delta on this function, then we get delta square y0. So the value of delta square y0 is y2 minus 2 times y1 plus y0. Now put these values in this equation. Similarly, simplify this term and put all the value in the form of y0, y3 form without containing delta. So after putting the value and simplify this term, then we get 3h by 8 y0 plus 3 times y1 plus 3 times y2 plus y3. This is equation number 8. Here we have found integral from x0 to x0 plus 3h. We know that x0 plus 3h is nothing but x3. It means in one integration we are covering the area from x0 to x3 because we are taking n equals to 3. For n equals to 3 we get function from y0 to y3. Remaining values we are not taking, so we are just finding this term. That's why we put the n equals to 3 that time in the Newton's Cotes-Quadrant formula. We have taken this term, not contain delta raised to the power 4, because in delta raised to the power 4 y0 contain y4 and that not taken in our region. Now we have to find next integration. here we are covering total 3 part of our given curve, that is from x0 to x3. Now we are finding the next integral, that means we are covering next 3 parts, that means from x0 to x4, x4 to x5, x5 to x6. This next part will be integrated, and corresponding to this x3 to x6 we are taking this area, that is y3, y4, then next will be y5 and y6. The next integral we are taking this part. So in the last lecture I have discussed about Simpson's 3/8 rule. In that time I have already explained how to do the integration easily. Here we are not again apply the Newton's Coase-Quadrant formula and not finding this type of integration. We are directly solve this. How to do that? You have to just replace, here we are finding this term, so why is this finding area from x0, here finding area from x0 to x3 is similar as finding area from x3 to x6. So therefore we are just taking the new notation, that is x3, x4, x5 instead of this x0, x1, x2 and x3. That means we have to just replace y0 by y3, y1 by y4 and y2 by y5, y6 by y3 by y6 in our equation number A. So we get the integration from x3 to x6. So therefore we are finding from x3. x3 is nothing but in the form of x0 and h is x0 plus 3h and x0 plus 6h, f of x dx. So therefore here 3h by 8 is as it is. Here y0 is replaced by y0, we are replaced by y3. So therefore y3 plus 3 times y1 is replaced by y4 plus 3 times y5 plus y6. Here equation number B. In this way, up to the nth integration, we want to find complete region, and our complete region, that means the value of value of x start from x0 to x0 plus nh. So here and so on. If you observe the equation A, B, now we have to find complete A region, that is complete region means we have to integrate from x0 to x0 plus nh. So we have to add all the terms, and if we are adding, then next integral again contain this 3h by 8. So we are taking 3 by 8 into h common and add the equation A, B and so on up to the nth term. Then we get here y0 first term and last term in one bracket, and here 3 times y1. Next term is 3 times y2, 3 times y4, 3 times y5. Here y1, y2, then 3 times is y4, y5. Next term will be 3 times y7 plus 3 times y8. In this way we get 3 times. Now if we are observing this second next term, here y3 and next bracket contain again, here it is y3 and next equation again contain y3. It means this y3, if we are adding this equation we get 2 times y3. Similarly here y6, this y6 will be added in the next equation. Next y3 is added in next y3 which contained in the next equation. So we also get 2 times y6, and next term will be 2 times y9. That means 2 times we get multiple of 3. So the Simpson's 1/3 rule formula is
complete formula of Simpson's 3/8 rule. To remember this formula, if we observe this again here 3/8, so here we take 3/8 into h. Then first bracket contain first and last term of our function y, and here plus 3 times second bracket contain y1, y2, y4, that nothing but here it is not contain completely odd term or not contain completely even term. But if you observe the next bracket, here plus 2 times of y3, y6, next term will be y9 and so on. That means here 2 times multiple of y3 3 term. That means in this third bracket it is contain multiple of 3 term, that is 2 into y lower suffix multiple of 3 term, and here middle bracket containing remaining term which is not contained in this last bracket, and here first bracket contain first and last term. So to remember this formula you can write in another form, that is here first bracket first and last term, next is plus 3 times not multiple of 3 terms, and plus 2 times multiple of 3 term.
Here is the example integral 0 to 6 1 upon 1 plus x square dx, and we have to solve this integral with the help of Simpson's 1/3 rule as well as Simpson's 3/8 rule. With the help of this example we get more clear idea about these two rules. Now, as I already told you, if n is even we use Simpson's 1/3 rule, and for n is odd we use 3/8 rule, because we get more approximation correct. But in this example we have not given the value of n, so we have to consider n and then we solve this example with the help of both the rules. Now if n is even and still we are using 3/8 rule, then we get the answer, but there is a little bit changes in the answer. Means if we are solving with the help of 1/3 and 3/8 rule we get the answer, but there is a little bit difference between both the answer. So here our interval is, we have to solve integral 0 to 6. That means our interval is 0 to 6. Now we have to divide into, suppose we divide this interval 0 to 6 in 6 parts, and if we are dividing interval into 6 parts and it is start from 0, it means our increment value of x0 is 0, which is our starting value, and x0 plus nh is 6. Now we have to divide into 6 parts, that means we have to take increment by h. So we are dividing interval in 6 parts, each of width, taking each of width h equals to 1. So here x0 is 0, x1 is x0 plus h, that is x0 is 0 plus value of h is 1, that is x1 is 1. Similarly we have to find x2. x2 is nothing but x1 plus h, so here we get 2. In this way we get x6 equals to 6, and here we are solving this integral. That means we know the function is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So here y is our function, that is f of x is equals to 1 upon 1 plus x square, and we know the value of x, so we put the value of x in this function, we get corresponding value of y. So therefore the table values of x from 0 to 6. Now find the corresponding values of y. Here put x equals to 0, then we get y is equals to 1. Similarly x equals to 1, put this value in this function, then we get 1 upon 2. So here corresponding value of y is 1 by 2. Similarly put x equals to 2, then we get 1 upon 5. And we have to solve this example. First we solve by Simpson's one-third rule, and we know the formula for Simpson's one-third rule, that is integration. Here our given integration is integral 0 to 6 dx divided by 1 plus x square is equals to 1 by 3 into h in bracket first term last term. Here if we are right here, this starting term is nothing but our y0, then second value of y is y1, it is y2, y3, y4, here it is y5 and y6. Now formula is 1 by 3h into bracket contain first term last term. Here first term is 0, y0 plus y6 plus 4 times odd term. Here odd term is y1, y3 and y5 plus 2 times even term. Even term is y2, y4. Next term y6 is also even, but we have already taken in first bracket, so here we are not taking in this bracket. Why we are not taking, we have already discussed in the lecture of Simpson's one-third rule. So here if we put the value, then h is interval difference, that means corresponding to values of x, we have to take the difference between corresponding to values of x, then we get value of h. So here difference is 1, that is h is 1. So 1 upon 3 in bracket y0 plus y6, y0 is 1 and y6 is 1 by 36. So here first bracket contain 1 plus 1 by 36 plus 4 times odd term is 1 by 2, 1 by 10 and 1 by 26. Here 1 by 5 plus next value of y4 is 1 by 17. Value of y2 is 1 by 5 and value of y4 is 1 by 17. Now calculate this value. We get the final answer is, if we are calculating this term with the help of calci, then we get 1.3662. This is the answer with the help of Simpson's one-third rule. Now same question we solve with the help of Simpson's 3/8 rule, and we solve by Simpson's 3/8 rule, and we know the formula of Simpson's 3/8 rule. Here integral 0 to 6 dx divided by 1 plus x square is equals to 3/8 into h in bracket first bracket, here first term plus last term y0 y6 plus 3 times not multiple of 3. Not multiple of 3 in this term is lower suffix. We have to check lower suffix which is not multiple of 3. So here y1, y2, y4, y5, these are not multiple of 3 terms we have taken in this bracket, plus 2 times multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 is y3 which is taken here. y6 is also multiple of 3, but we have already taken in the first bracket, so here we have not take this value in this last bracket. Again here now after the formula, our work is simple. We have to just put the value of y0, y6 and so on in this formula, then we get the answer. So here h is the interval difference, the value of h is 1, So in this question, value of h is 1, 3 by 8 into 1 plus y0 is 1 plus y6 is 1 by 36 plus 3 1.3571, where the answer of Simpson's 1/3 rule and Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. See the difference between the answer. The Simpson's 1/3 rule answer is 1.3662 and Simpson's 3 by 8 rule answer is 1.3571. Why this difference is happened? Because there is an error term, or we can say this, both the terms are giving the approximate answer. That's why this approximation is a little bit different in both the question. Here n is even, that's why we get more correct answer in Simpson's 1/3 rule, that is 1.3662.
Thank you. Like, share and subscribe.